Hello guys, it's Dale Walker back on another video here. Well, recently I've decided to sell my ZH2 Mr. Gray that I've been playing with for a couple years now. And anyway, I just wanted to make this video. Sorry about the noise, we got some thunderstorms going on. And tell you a little bit about Mr. Gray, and then I will I'll walk around with the camera and take a little video, and then I'll fire it up for you once I put some heat in it. But anyway, I bought it brand new in 23. It's a 2023 ZH2. The engine's bone stock. If you happen to live in Nevada anywhere, this is a private party sale, so there's no sales tax. If you don't, you can always ship it. I'm going to ask $20,995 for this bike, so basically $21,000. If you end up shipping it across the country, I'll help you for a little bit with that cost, possibly. Anyway, the bike is basically brand new. It has 217 total miles on the OD. I ran it on the temporary permit for 196 miles. I broke it in on the street when it was bone stock, 3 or 4 rides, you know, doing the proper break-in. Then I put a slip-on on it, started playing with it a little bit. I made like 10 runs at Sacramento with nothing done to it except a slip-on. And then I started doing my little step-by-step mods. It was just for fun to see what I could do with one of these things. Anyway, yeah, I think I have a total of 25 passes on it as I was dialing it in and progressing with things that I changed and setting it up. And that's out at our high elevation track. The best this bike's gone with me on it, the old dude, and it was 6,000 feet DA that day at Top Gun in Nevada, high elevation track plus hot. 935, 149, 148.89. Okay, let's say 149. That's still geared for 5 gears. That's with only about a 151, 60 foot time. But anyway, what can I tell you? It's got a, let me go down the list. I got a big list. I printed it out because I'll miss everything. Oh, on my dyno, it made around 177 horsepower stock. And Chris Moore did the flash on this one, and I sent it back a couple times, tweaking with it a little bit. It's a 91 octane street tune, very minimal timing put in it, totally safe on the street, and made 222 horsepower here in my dyno at 4,500 feet. So that's about 5-7 horsepower down from probably sea level dyno room, and 100 foot-pounds of torque. All right. So here are my updates I did to the bike, and they're all Sano as usual, hopefully, try my best. And so I got the setup, polished billet, custom bolt-on swing arm extensions. I think they're 4 to 9 inch over. Those are FTD customs, but I took a set of ZX10R that were close and then did some machine work, made them fit in the slot perfect on the stock swing arm. And a couple other little parts I had to tweak. They're beautiful. I'm going to show you all that when you might see them in the back, but I'm going to go around the bike. Okay, it's got fully adjustable rear suspension links. It's got 4 sets of swing arm spools, 2 on each side, because on the lift I like using the forward stand on Pitbull makes. And that way, because the bike's length, most bike lifts the wheels to the end. You can't use the stand. I don't like just jacking it up under the pan. You can use a forward Pitbull stand on the 2 I got in the front, and then the rear, when it's on the ground, a regular race stand. I reshaped the back seat. The back seat is like a weird triangulated, like a coffin-shaped thing poking up that your butt goes against, like if you go to tuck in, you know. And I'm not that big a guy. I'm 5'9 and a half, 5'9. And I just couldn't slide back enough to get my head down under the little fly screen on the bike. And so I took the back seat all apart, and I reshaped the foam and everything. and I was able to stretch the cover and make the stock cover go back on. It looks factory, and now it's at an angle, all smooth, and you can just completely tuck in, get your chin and your helmet right on the tank and right under that little screen. It's awesome. It's got a Shinko 190 hookup on the rear. I had a different one. This one has about 10 passes on it. I don't do a real long burnout. It's not necessary. Billet mount setup, front suspension straps. They're on there. It's got Brock's extended rear sensor cable. Okay, and you have to do that because of the length of the swing arm. It's got a very expensive, complete early H2 Brock's clutch conversion kit. Basically, the 15, I think, and 16, the early couple years of the H2 had a regular clutch, regular 6-spring clutch. So Brock just put the whole kit together, so it's all complete. You don't have to go hunt all these individual part numbers, because the stock clutch is a good street clutch, super light on your fingers, and it's got a ramp that comes in from the clutch hub. But the second you try to leave aggressively, it's very grabby, you know, and you can't, no matter how smooth you are, you don't have control. So I had to spend the money. That was about $1,000. That's in here. Keep in mind, I have all the stock parts go with it, and I bought an extra swing arm because I was thinking of cutting a swing arm at once. I found a real clean one that's almost like new on eBay, and all that stuff comes with it. It's got a real nice tidy tail on it. It's got an LED tail light with the smoke tail light with the blinkers built in the tail light. It's got some mini, little metal, small LED front blinkers. They're really bright. They're tiny, but they're bright as heck. Power Bronze dark tint fly screen. I got their little fly screen, and it's a step up from the little one, not the giant one. It's just enough. Anybody can tuck in and you can be under it. It's good when you're going to haul ass in a straight line. Also, the rear extended Spiegel brake line. Had to do that, of course, because of the swing arm extensions. And I've got Raptor shift lights on it. And I actually made a real sanitary little bracket. I have 2 shift lights on it. I know they make one. Don't tell me in the comments. But why don't you just buy the one that does both? Well, I already had one on it without it. And so I bought a second one just for the launch. And even though it costs more for me, it's a little more accurate, because the one that you can just adjust, it'll still fluctuate 250 RPM either way. So on your launch with I think I set up the right shift light for my launch RPM, and it's dead and that's steady. When that thing lights up, you just hold it even, and then once you get past whatever you have it set at, I left it $7,000. That one goes off. The left one, you're making your shifts. And another thing about the ECU flash, I raised the rev limit up. Now it's rated up to 13.5 or 13.6, but that's only for a buffer. This thing at the racetrack, you probably shifted about 13.3. I was shifting it just a hair over 13, but then I would tap the rev limiter sometimes. Okay, so I raised the limit up so you can maybe shift at 13.3, 13.4, because no matter how fast you react, foot shift in it, it has the electric shifter, your brain's still a couple hundred RPM slow no matter what. So anyway, there's some tips on what I do there. It's got a full system from the UK, a Lextech stainless full system, 4-into-2-into-1 with stepped headers. It's a beautiful pipe. I had a little fit issue. I had to kind of tweak one pipe, cut one tube a little bit. It's a little bit in a bind in the back when you put the stock slip-on on it, but it works fine. And I'm also going to include, let me grab it real quick. I made this beautiful, what I call the Holeshot mini mag. See it all turn blue? And this will slide right off the header tube and go right onto the bike using the same mounting bolt. You just add another little flat washer behind it. But I'm going to include this. This is a one-off Dale Walker build, and I'm not kidding, guys. When you're on the motorcycle going down the track with this thing on, it sounds like you're on top of an Indy car. It really does. It sounds really good. Okay, and then installed on it, and what I'm selling it with is the Scorpion red dot slip-on. It's right there. I'll show you that up close. Really high quality. It looks really neat. It's kind of short. It's got a red ring around the back. High quality deal. I think they're made in Poland or somewhere. Okay, it's also got Brock's billet adjustable side stand because the bike's lower, so you can adjust the side stand. It's all set up now. You don't have to touch it. And it has Brock's Italian-made, what's it called? Yeah, Bitubo. Bitubo steering damper. Another very expensive part. You got to have it. Okay, and the list goes on. Let me flip the page. Not too much more to go. Oh, it's got a real nice high quality radiator guard. And of course my mag. And then I talked about the extra parts. Oh, yeah, gotta have this. It's got a 47 tooth 7075 T6 gold anodized aluminum. I use Driven Racing. They cost a little more, but they're gorgeous. So it's got a 47 tooth on it, and I have 2 sprockets. I think I got a 46 and a 49. Okay, or 48. I got a couple both directions. And I also have one brand new Vortex front sprocket. I believe a 19 tooth, 1 tooth taller, I think. I got one though. Like I say, whatever I have for this bike, you're going to get it. Okay. So let me now shut the camera off, and I'll be right back, and I'll do a walk around. And then I'll put some heat in the motor without you watching, because you can't rev these things at all. You got to get all the oil through the supercharger and lube everything up and let it warm up to temp before you can wing the throttle. It's not good on the blower, and those suckers are expensive. So let me get on with it and do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll do a little walk around up close a little better. Okay? All right, guys. I don't have a gimbal, but I try the best I can, and I'm half loony on my chemo pills, and I am what I am. Anyway, so here's what the thing looks like. Just walking around a little bit. So that screen works just really nice. You're not looking through that. You will be on the racetrack if that's what you're going to do with this thing when you're fully tucked, and you can still see through it fine. But mainly, I think my eye vision still goes over the top, but you're able to tuck down enough where the wind is completely off your body, just with that little thing there. Yeah, so here I got a little light with me. I'm going to direct this. There's the front end strap with the billet mounts. Okay. A real nice radiator guard. Fits perfect. I'll leave the straps on it. They can be loosened or tensioned even on the street. There's a little billet front blinkers, LED. At the top, okay. So yeah, here is the, it's not working too good, but it is what it is. Here's the 2 shift lights. Let me turn on the key. They do a little test. There's your total miles on the bike. So yeah, I believe this one is my one I have set for off the line. Okay, and then as soon as you build RPM, it blows past that, of course. And then this is your shift one on the left. I got a real nice, real trick little aluminum bracket I made there. It's all tucked in. There's the Bitumo Brock's damper kit. A pain fitting that thing in there, but it works. Took some fiddling around and adjusting to get it just right. Turn the key back off. Actually, with the key on, let me see here. Yeah, that's how bright that little tiny blinker is. And let me go ahead and show you the, yeah, it's really cool what it does. May not be legal in every state, but it's LED, it's bright. So it goes right, left, and then with that off, of course. Here's your LED taillight. Sorry, the Mr. Gray plate stays with me. Let me grab my little light again, shut the key off. Oh, I'm going to tell you how much I got in this bike. So I paid about, what did this bike cost me? 19 or something like that, right around there. It doesn't have the electronic suspension, which I did not want. This bike cost a little less like that. I want to be able to adjust it myself. And I spent over $5,400 in parts on this bike. Just what we're talking about right now. And of course, a year of Dale Walker labor. All right, well, there's your Scorpion. Red dot slip-on. It's a neat looking part. Looks really nice. High quality too. I'll bill it strong. Okay, here's the extended brake line and the speed sensor cable. And here are the swing arm extensions, obviously. See, and these you can use for your normal race stand, and these here, you know, the bike is clear here on a lift. Most lifts, it still will fit on your lift, but you can't use a stand. I don't like jacking anything under the motor. So this Pitbull is one of the reverse forward stands. They're awesome. That's why I did what I did. And here's your sprocket. It's driven racing, 7075 T6 aluminum, 47 tooth. And yeah, I forgot about the chain. That's a 150 link chain that I cut down a little bit, not much. I believe it's a heavy duty EK O-ring. It's got real high tensile strength. I got the stock chain, and you can buy a replacement rivet for it. See, all that stuff comes with, and more sprockets. Yeah, there's the stock shifter. See this little thing, guys, right here? See that little thing? Yep. You go look at a Suzuki, you go look at a Honda, you go look at Kawasaki, you go look at Yamahas. They all have one of these little guys. A compression sensor switch in the stock shift linkage. I invented that barrel trigger. I named it Holeshot in 2002. I'm the one that invented that. Can you believe that? Some young dude in his garage. Oh, also forgot to tell you, it's got a Sprint Race air filter in it. Okay? So a couple things I missed. The chain, the air filter. I don't know if there's anything else, but yeah, there's a close-up of the header. So see, it's a stepped, well, it's a tapered head design, right? One size tapered, then all of them. It's 4 into 2 into 1. It makes good power. And yeah, okay, there's my adjustable suspension links. See them right there? Fully adjustable. I got the thing set up. You're not going to have to do anything. Right now, you could go register it. I do think I have a baffle for it too. But it's not that loud how it is, but you know, I got the stock muffler. Not sure if it would fit on here. I think it will. It will fit because that slip-on goes to stock muffler. You know, you may have to hong-fong a little bracket. It might not line up perfect, but you could put a stock muffler on it. If you had to, in your state to get it registered. So, that's about it. Yeah, I think I got 5,400 of parts. And I think I have about 24.5, almost 25K in this motorcycle. But hey man, I set it all up. I put a lot of work in it. You know, I didn't go race it to death. We only have 5 or 6 races per year, and I raced it. I took it out every time, just did test runs. I never really raced it. I just wanted to go make passes. But I was dinking with it, having it fun, see how fast I could go on it. And then I went, I think, a couple more times the following year. And that's it. It just sits in here. I start it up once in a while, keep a battery tender on it, and it's a bone stock motor that hauls ass. Yeah, you're gonna be too many street bikes unless they're set up well, or a Busa, or even GSXR all set up, you know, tons of money in it. I mean, this thing from a roll is pretty freaking fast. And you know, you could go quicker. So this thing went 935 at 6,000 or 6,200 DA. And so that's going to be around 9.0 to 899 to 905 or something with me on the same bike, say if Fremont was still open or Sears Point, Sonoma. But if you put a shifter on it to shift it, then you could use all 6 gears and the 60 foot-ton would instantly drop down in the 140s, and that's going to be 890s for sure. But you got to be careful on these motors. I'm going to be honest and tell you a little secret. When you start going low nines on a motor like this, you can starve the oil pump pickup, right? And eventually you'll kick a rod out. Not a ton of guys have done it. Brock said there's about 5 bikes you know that ever did it. But it won't, how it's set up now, you're not going to do it. It's got plenty of oil pressure. It doesn't have the G-force off the line like you do when you really start laying down the, you know, better 60 foots. But there's a guy in Australia, I think it's Custom Creations. I think his name of his shop, Custom Creations. He's a pro with all these. He's the most knowledgeable guy with ZH2s, in my opinion, as far as building really bitchin' stuff. And he made a whole billet oil pan. And you cannot starve the motor for oil on the brakes, like on a road race track, leaning right or other, acceleration, everything. It's got a billet, whole different pan with baffle in it, even a return oil tube. So it always has oil to the engine and the supercharger. But for normal use, you're not going to need to do that, you know, unless you really start leaning on it and going quicker. So, okay, let me start it up off camera, get a little heat in it, and then I will put the camera back on probably, or maybe I'll hold it. But anyway, let me start it up, and then I'll do a little startup for you so you can hear it. Guys, I guess I'm going to end this video soon. If you're interested in Mr. Gray, you can get a hold of me on my website, holeshot.com, dlwalker@holeshot.com, dlwalker@holeshot.com, and I'll put my phone number on here. We can go from there if I get an email. But I appreciate it, and I'm getting ready for the AMA thing. I hope the trucks come, geez, in the next 3 or 4 days to pick up both Igor and Frankenzuki. I got everything else on the way to them. Now I got to write out a little speech I got to do on the stage. Luckily it's short, so it's just going to be thanking everyone. But anyway, I wanted to get this online. A lot of people don't see just ads and stuff like that. So Mr. Gray's for sale, and you guys have a great day. If you're fighting some battle like I am, never give up. There's always tomorrow. We all don't know how long we're going to be here. Try to stay healthy, have a good time. Love your family. Keep going. Okay, guys, I love you. Thanks for the support all these years. and I'll talk to you on the next video. Have a good night. Hello guys, hey, it's Dale Walker. How you guys doing today? Well, I decided to put the bike on the dyno. It was hitting a soft rev limit when I revved it since I put the ECU back, but I think it was my fault. I'm hoping it was anyway, because yeah, I was dinking around and trying to find the correct mileage on the bike, and I think I put it in rain mode, and that's why you didn't see me do that. But when I was revving it, it sounded kind of lazy, and that would make sense. So I'm not really going to do power pulls, but I want to run it and go through the gears, make sure it shifts good. Maybe set the shift light at about 13,000, 13.2, and make sure it shifts good and all that. Maybe a roll on in second gear or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. But let me do some warm-ups, and then I'll just show you one screenshot of the thing, you know, running hard. Well guys, yep, it was stuck in rain mode and I didn't see it. Thank God. Hey, I don't care. So now it's in sport mode. Sport mode makes the same power as when you go in and set full power, and it also revs to the same limit, whatever it's set at. So the rev limit now is up at 13.6 for on the track, so you can shift it about 13.3. I'm setting the shift light at 12.9, and I already did one run, and it Chris shortened up the kill time just a touch, because on these stock they nose over quite a bit. So boy, the shift's really crisp now. It didn't make a full pull, it's fine. I'm not going to run the horsepower air fuel. So let me do it one more time. I'm just going to do a second gear roll on, and I'll look for the shift light and let it sing to 12.9. It'll probably be 13 or something by the time I shift. So let's do that in just a second here. You guys, no reason to make a power pull, because this is what it made when I first set it up. Nothing different on the air fuel or anything like that. I thought it made 222 best, and I missed this run. That's at 4,500 feet, so at sea level, or a little over sea level, this thing be making close to 230, I think. And that, you got to remember, this is a 91 octane tune. All right, guys. Well, yeehaw. Well, we confirmed now that I had a brain fart. It was in rain mode, and also I can absolutely tell that the shifts are crisper. And I actually went and set the shift light at 12.8, because you know, your first shift's the one you got to be watching really carefully. That was second gear roll on, shifted at the shift light. Probably on the tack you see me probably going 13.2 or something, because your brain, no matter how quick you are, is about 250, maybe 300 RPM off by the time you shift it. But God, does that thing sound good or what? So anyway, Mr. Gray's ready for anybody who wants to go have some fun. The shift is a lot quicker. I guarantee that shift, before it nosed over pretty bad on with the stock shifter. And Chris shortened that up a little bit. I bet that's probably a half a tenth or something. But anyway, this is going to conclude this. If you're interested in the bike, like I said previous, just get a hold of me at dlwalker@holeshot.com, okay? And then we can talk on the phone. And I'll talk to you then, guys. Getting ready for the AMA pickup on my bikes. So have a great day. Later.